advance of Australian forces over ground just evacuated by the Japanese when Dakota was recaptured and the enemy driven out. An observation post used by the tree-climbing Japs. Artillery brought up an inch at a time by muscle power through the jungle ravine known as the Gap. These guns were flown by fortresses from Australia to Port Moresby, then in sections by smaller aircraft, and finally hauled into battle through countries such as you see here. Jap wounded left to die by their comrades are brought in by Australians out on patrol. These are sidelights from the Owen Stanley mountain area. By driving the Japs out of the Gap, down to the plains and back to the sea at Buna, the immediate threat of a battle for Australia was averted. The success of this operation is as important a victory as any elsewhere in this war. Swamps, jungle fever, deadly insects and reptiles, tropical heat and meager rations. These are some of the hardships which have to be surmounted while fighting. The daily dose of quinine comes by air. It's not asking anything out of the ordinary to extend to these magnificent Aussies our unstinted admiration. We welcome these pictures from New Guinea. They tell us things we should know as fully as we see how things are shaping in other parts of the world. Take a look at the map in the region of Milne Bay. Ships of all shapes and sizes squeezing alongside the docks, with supplies which have to be sent into the interior the hard way. Patrols have to move cautiously because isolated parties of Japanese are still resisting and have to be mopped up. Some of the hardest fighting was experienced here. It was a well-organized attempt to take Port Moresby, 200 miles away. All the paraphernalia of a force designed for rapid penetration. The late owner of the bicycle is now with his ancestors. The bayonet is more or less orthodox, but the bulletproof vest is a Tokyo novelty. The steel lining seems to be more for bullet deflection than a direct hit from a .303. The respirator is just cheap and nasty. Two-toed rubber shoes are used by snipers for tree climbing. No praise is too high for the RAAF Kitty Hawk fighter squadrons. Men back from Milne Bay say that the fighter pilots had it all over the Jap Zeros. Now perhaps you'd like to meet some of the men who swept Jap air opposition from the Milne Bay skies. Jap invasion barges now stranded on the shore with holes punched by cannon shells showing in their sides. To the Pacific, the Japanese flag is as foul an emblem as the swastika is to Europe. We are not speaking astronomically when we say the rising sun has got to set.